Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I have an unboxing and review of a new alcohol marker. These actually have been out for a couple of months. I received this a few weeks ago and I'm just now getting a chance to review. This isn't a real unboxing. I've actually taken it out and used it and stuff. I just wanted to do it all at once. And I thought the packaging was kind of cute. It came with this cute like faux wax seal here with their logo on it. And these are the Artfinity markers, sketch markers from Jerry's Artorama. They're available exclusively at Jerry's Artorama. This is the kind of the I don't call it propaganda. This is the information about it. They have a color numbering system where you've got the color family, which would be a letter. R for red, for instance, RV for red violet, Y for yellow, YG for yellow green, and so on and so forth. So you've got the color family, then you've got the saturation, and then you've got the value. So your color family, what color does it belong to? Saturation would be how intense the color is. So one must mean like it's really intense. And the value would be how light or dark it is. So this is kind of a very saturated dark red. So I like that. I like that there's a system that makes sense on how the colors are put together. The markers are available in 300 colors. You can get them in sets or open stock, either individually or in packs of 3. And they have 100 refill inks available. So they don't have all the colors available in refill inks, but they do have 100 of them, which hopefully those would be the ones that you would run out of ink. And maybe maybe the ones that aren't available are ones you just add a little blending solution to them. I'm not sure. We got a brush tip and we have a chisel tip. So let's take a look here. It also came with a couple stickers and a little thank you note for agreeing to try them out. And let's look at the box here. And this is the 48 color set. Now this has the kind of the fold back design where you can use it as an easel. I will tell you though that mine was came unglued like the first time I opened it. So, I mean, I could hot glue that back, no big deal, but it doesn't really want to stand up that well without the, oh, I can do it that way. You can get it to stand up that way. So then, and there's a grid inside. The grid is paper, it feels like. Yeah, it's just like a cardboard grid in there to keep your markers organized. And I just have mine kind of laid out the way the swatch is. It came with a swatch. The swatch had 2 typos on it, which was, I don't understand why, like Y24 sunburst. Let me find it here. This one says YR05-3. So I don't know if they're changing that number or what, but that one changed. And also powder pink R1-1. My powder pink says R3-25. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe I didn't look on the website to see what their website says, but so there was a couple typos on this, but maybe it's because they had these ready to send out to YouTubers and wanted, kind of, made some changes after that. I'm not sure. But anyway, that is that. Let's take a look at them. We'll just kind of do a little doodly in a sketchbook and then I'll show you something I colored with them so you can kind of see how they blend and all of that. This isn't going to be a terribly in-depth review, mainly because I've reviewed so many markers that, I mean, they all kind of get to be a little bit of kind of similar after a while. So, I've just got a sheet in my Ohuhu sketchbook here, and let's take a look at this marker. We've got kind of slanted end caps. The caps have a plastic color chip with the number. Let's just take a look at the nibs. We've got a brush nib. These are double-ended like the Ohuhu, and they feel very much like the Ohuhu, a fiber nib. I didn't see replacement nibs, but these are the same size as the Ohuhu one, so you could always refill with that if you needed to, or replace the nib there. And we can compare. That is pretty close to the cap color, which is nice. Let's take a look at the chisel nib. So not super juicy on this chisel nib, but then again, I did have them flat, but I've been having them tip the brush tip down in the box. The brush tip is indicated by the ring on the end, so if I've been using them, the brush tip would have a little bit better chance of being more inked just because of the way that I have them in the box. Yeah, this chisel nib feels a little dry as well. But you can get refill inks, so that is good. If you're going to buy these individually, an individual marker is $3.19 in sets, and they have sets ranging from 5 to 300 colors. They will range in price from $1.66 to $2.20 per set. Or actually, if you get the 3-pack of one color, I believe they're $2 a piece because it's like a 3-pack for $5.99. So yeah, I would say they are equivalent to quality to Ohuhu, honestly. The brush nibs and the chisel nibs feel pretty much the same. Maybe Ohuhus feel a little bit more juicy, but other than that, I would say quality's the same. Do you prefer an oval barrel? This is an oval barrel similar to Copic, and the Ohuhu's brush markers have a round barrel, so it would just depend on what you preferred for a barrel. And also, Ohuhu does offer the option of a brush and bullet, and these are brush and chisel. And there's our swatch. So let's take a look at the image that I colored with these. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty short review, but I found they blended pretty well. The only issue that I had with blending was on this one, but I did 2 petals with, I used these 2 purples, and that didn't work out well. And this worked out better. So the other petals were with those 2, and that worked out pretty well. Otherwise, I found the blending to be pretty good on this just average marker paper coloring sheet here. And the only downside I would say that I did get some spatter when I opened up the markers when I uncapped them. And that was about it. Everything else performed just like any other marker. I would say the big draw to these, the big advantage of this set would be the refill inks, the 100 refill inks that are available. I would bet that if these got really popular and they sold a lot of the markers, they would bring out the refills in the other colors. That would be my assumption. Of course, I don't know that for sure. I'm thinking the 100 colors probably correspond with the smaller sets or the more popular colors, or maybe the more brighter colors, because you could buy the refill inks and use them for alcohol ink projects. The refill inks are pretty affordable. They are $3.69 for a bottle of refill ink, and I think they are 25 cc's. Let me just double check that. I believe they're 25 mLs or 25 cc's, so I just gotta find them on the Jerry's Artarama website. So I don't think you can use a coupon with these. Usually you can't. Let's see. What is the size? It's funny, the bottles of ink, I don't have any of the bottles of ink, but they look like the Ohuhu wide markers. That's what the ink bottles look like. And I couldn't find any sort of correlation with, actually, you know what? Here's a correlation though. Lipstick red, R17. This is lipstick red in Ohuhu, and it's R170. So, and they seem to be the same color. Let's see that. Maybe R17. That's lipstick red in Artfinity. Let's try. No, they're not exactly the same. This is more of a crimson. Oh, that's a bummer. This is R170 in Ohuhu. I thought, I was thinking there may be some sort of correlation, but nothing that I could find. Those colors do not match perfectly, sadly. It would be cool to be able to take the, that's primary red? No, that's pale vermilion. It would be cool to be able to buy the inks from Artfinity and refill our Ohuhu markers, though. That would be really awesome. That was funny that was R1-7 and this is R170 and they have the same name. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some sort of correlation in the future, but or some sort of pattern that I can find out. Right now, I'm not seeing the pattern, and I don't see the size of the replacement ink. Oh, 25 mLs, which is 25 cc. So that's like the old school Copic, the bigger Copic refills. So that's nice. These do look just like the bottles for the Artfinity ink, which is interesting. So I feel like they may be coming from the same factory as the Ohuhu markers. Ohuhu is coming out with refill ink soon, so that will be something to keep an eye out for. But if you want to get a budget-friendly marker that has ink refills available, this is a good option. They are more expensive than Ohuhu for the same quality, in my opinion. But, what did I do with my coloring sheet? But, they already have the inks available, so I like that. Blending was really nice, easy to work with, a smaller barrel, that oval barrel, which is like Copic sketch markers. Really just depends on what you want. There are pretty much any iteration of marker you can find nowadays, budget friendly or expensive or otherwise. So get what suits your needs. If these suit your needs, get them. If not, get some other kind. I think they're alright. I think they're just as good as Ohuhu. Not as good as Copic though, just because the nibs, the brush nibs, are not quite as flexible and springy as the Japanese nibs that are in the Copic, but they are reversible, so if you wear down one side, you can pull it out, flip it around, and put it back in, which is really handy. So there you have it, the Jerry's Artorama Artfinity Alcohol Sketch Markers. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye!